All right, guys, it's been exciting. This is video 5 of 5, and we've been talking about for sale by owner versus listing with an agent, the pros, the cons, indifferent, whatever. Just trying to put a wealth of information out there. It's been very fast videos, and I know that the information has been very, very quick moving, and it's been a lot of information. But I want you guys to get all the information you need in short videos so that you don't have to sit down and watch something for 30 minutes. Now, if you did decide that, man, this information is great, please feel free to watch all the videos. There's 5 videos total. You can go back to the beginning. You can go backwards. It doesn't matter. There's no particular order. All the information is, each video is individual to its own information, so you don't have to watch in any particular order. But I do suggest that you watch the videos and watch all of them, get all the information and understand it. That being said, the last video, I would say the most important video, and I do apologize if I do go beyond the 4 to 5 minutes because there's a lot of information here. It's the savings versus the expenses of for sale by owner versus listing with an agent. Now in video 2, we talked about marketing. Okay, you realtors have prices negotiated with photographers and videographers. We talked about that in video 2. So we have a better price. You don't pay for that. When a realtor does it, we pay for that. You don't have to pay for the photographer, videographer. Usually, let me rephrase that. I don't want to speak for every realtor. So how about this? For the rest of this video, I'm talking about what me and my team do. Okay, let's just kind of keep it within that context. So you'll never pay for videos or photography. Okay, so that's a savings of roughly about, in our market, you're probably looking at about $500 to $1,000 depending on the size of your home and whatnot. But on average, you're looking at $500 to $1,000. Okay, listing on the MLS, Realtor, Zillow, all these sites. Okay, you can do that as a homeowner, and it's probably going to run you roughly about $1,000. Again, depends on the market. But I believe in the Chattanooga, Tennessee market, I believe that getting into the MLS is roughly about $1,000 to put your property on the MLS. I may be wrong. I've never tried to do it as a homeowner, so I don't know. But again, that's something that we provide as a service. It's part of what we do. So then you have the other aspects of the content writing. I personally have writers that write our content. So again, this is something where we take pictures, we do videos, and then I write down what I want to put on there. I send it to a professional editor to edit it and make it sound nice and bougie and pretty and whatnot, right? Again, why? Because that's not my expertise, but I do delegate that to an expert. Again, you don't pay for that. I do. So that's another cost savings that helps embark on this journey and get you better results. So then on the other side of it, you have, we talked about contracts and negotiations as well. And again, there's more in marketing, but I'm trying to keep it to a limit. So contracts and negotiations, you might sit there and say, well, that's all verbal. That's not a big deal. It's just, okay, well, first of all, it's time, which we're not even talking about time. We're talking about savings versus expenses financially. We haven't even, we're not even going to get into time, but the amount of time saving is astronomical in going with an agent versus doing it yourself. But if we're talking about contracts and negotiations, well, you still have to hire an attorney, right? You're going to need a real estate attorney to make sure that contractually you're doing what needs to be done. This can range anywhere between $300 to, on average, I've seen $300 to $700 for a real estate attorney to do paperwork on a contract. Again, that's much less than the commission, but when you factor in MLS, when you factor in pictures, videos, content, and then you factor in the attorney, you're looking at about, let's just ballpark $2,000 to $3,000 at this point in expenses, okay, that you wouldn't have paid a dime with a realtor. Then on top of that, you have, again, and the more negotiations, the more expensive it gets. But then on top of that, you have the expense of the time that it's going to take you, or the expense of, we talked about qualified buyers. And so there's not really a huge monetary expense in that, but there is a monetary expense because here's the thing. You set up your property, you do it nice and pretty. If you're doing it right for showings, you might leave cookies or you might leave some sort of a little snack or some water bottles or whatever, blah, blah, blah. And you might be doing that for people who aren't even qualified. And so you're just literally giving away money, right? With us, we like to put water bottles. We'll leave some water bottles out. We'll do some cookies and stuff like that. If, you know, especially if there's an open house, we have all those things done, and tons of material printed for people as they walk through the property and whatnot. Okay, so that's not a major expense, but it is an expense. So that being said, you know, we're looking at this, and then again, if you're looking at a let's say, you know, $200,000-$300,000 property, you might sit there and say, well, that's still half of what I would pay. Yeah, that's fine. That's still probably half of what you would pay, depending on where your realtor has their commission percentage. But again, we've only factored in how much money it's cost you. We have not factored in how much time it's costing you. Okay, which for some people is time they had to call off of work that they couldn't get paid for, time they couldn't be on their computer if they work from home, time they had to pack their kids and take them somewhere for someone who might just be a looky-loo, and the inconvenience that causes. So again, I've just kind of gone into the monetary. We also discussed very briefly about if a realtor comes in on the buyer side, now you have someone who's represented by a professional and you're trying to navigate this by yourself. And so again, is it worth you saving that money? And again, we haven't even discussed comps. We have not even gotten into the topic of, are you selling your home for what your home should be selling for? Are you too high or are you too low? Right? There's a lot of variables there. So again, are you being wise about that? So that being said, I hope you guys have enjoyed these videos. I know this video went a little bit longer than I wanted it to, but I know there's a lot of information out there. And guys, I mean, just to be fully transparent and sincere, I don't think for sale by owner works, in my opinion. I think that it's worth paying an agent. And again, I didn't say this, and a lot of my realtor friends are going to get upset with me, but realtors are negotiable, okay? You don't have to just go and say, this is the set price, this is the commission they charge, done, right? We have power over our commission. Or let me rephrase that. Most realtors have power over their commission. We as a team and as agents in the company I work for, we do have control over what the commission is. So we can negotiate and help you out in that respect. But that being said, it's a lot of work, guys. It's not easy. I've been doing this for a lot of years as a contractor, as an investor, and as a realtor. And I'll tell you right now, it's not easy to do this by yourself. There's a lot of variables. There's a lot of things. There's a lot of waters to navigate in this process. And doing it by yourself sucks. I'm just telling you because I've talked to a lot of people who have come back with that feedback. So that being said, I hope you've enjoyed these videos. Again, if you haven't watched all the videos, please go back and watch the rest of them. But guys, feel free to holler if you have any questions, whether it is, hey, I want to do this for sale by owner. I don't want an agent. I don't care for any more information other than I just want advice on how do I do this or how do I do that. Feel free to reach out. I'll be more than happy to help you. Our job is not to necessarily get your listing or sell you a house, buy you a house, whatever. Our job is to assist and be a resource for you. And in the long run, that'll pay for itself. So again, I don't want you to think that there's an obligation if you reach out. But if you do have any questions, comment below. Please subscribe to the page. Let me know how you feel about these videos. If there's a particular topic you want me to touch on and do a short video series on, please feel free to holler. Let me know. And I'll be more than happy to work on a series on that information. So thanks for watching.